everyone. Joe Cosentino. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Cosentino. Today we have Marco Rivera, former bodybuilder. What's going on? Personal
Pleasure.
trainer and
Glad
entrepreneur.
to be here. Yeah, awesome.
How's
Thank
it
you,
going?
Joe.
Welcome,
Thank you. It's
welcome
good,
to
man.
the show. Thanks for coming, taking
Yeah.
time out of a busy day. You're looking fit.
Yeah, I feel great,
good.
brother.
You're looking nice
I feel
and
great.
lean.
Trying to take care
That's
of
it.
myself, right?
That's all we could do.
That's it, man.
So tell us, where'd you grow up? Obviously, you're a Bronx guy. You know, where'd you grow up? And
Born and raised in the Bronx. You know, just about all my life here. A big part of it was out back home in Puerto Rico as well. You
Yeah.
know, I took some time over there, spent a little time in Chicago. But my roots are fully embedded into the Bronx, right?
Yeah.
The old Yankee Stadium,
That's it.
the Don
The old
Mattingly
days.
days, Thurman Munson's. So I was around for that time. Yes, I was around for the Thurman Munson's, right?
Wow.
And just, you know, coming up in a city where it's just so diverse and so many different types of things going on at the same time, and you know, there's
But
not
we all hung out. We all, you know, it was like
sports, hanging
whatever.
out, right? It was just, you was always involved.
Kids
into
playing in the
something.
park and
That's right.
never really,
That's
you know,
right.
we really didn't even know each other's last names. It was just
No.
first name,
That was it.
you know. So it was
Good
kind
old
of it was a
times.
great way to grow up.
It
as
really,
kids.
it really was. It's you know, New York definitely gave me a lot, and you don't realize that until you start traveling out, right? Where you
Go
realize
to
that
different areas and different places. And
New
you
York
start
was
seeing,
a
like,
was a great place to grow up and learn and be a part of so many different
York
types
culture.
of moments and things, right?
Yeah, that's
You'd
why
be at a
I'm-
carnival one day, the beach at the other, Madison Square Garden at the next, and
Right.
Yankee Stadium the next day. So it was it's a beautiful city, man, and just glad to have come up here, you know. And yeah, man,
Good.
a lot of family stuff.
Oh yeah, and you have obviously family. You have two children. And
I got
you
two.
your wife,
I
and
got
she's
two
also a
beautiful
trainer,
girls. Yeah,
and she's in great shape.
my wife Jasara. She's a maniac.
Yeah.
She keeps me on my toes, man.
Oh yeah.
She's she's a big inspiration for me, really just working hard and trying to be the best man I can possibly be for the family.
Nice.
They make me want to do that every single day.
That's what we work for.
Yeah.
Work for the family and the kids, and that's
The
it.
gratitude that comes from them is extremely special. And, I just wake up every single day with the motivation to be a better dad, better husband, and that's why I'm busy trying to stay in shape too,
That's it.
right?
And keep others in shape. So talking about staying
Yeah.
in shape, tell the audience about your occupation. Obviously, you former pro bodybuilder.
Yeah.
And, you know, how'd you get into bodybuilding? Being a kid from the Bronx,
Yeah.
we're not really,
So yeah,
there was really not a lot of gyms when we grew
No,
up. I mean, we had one
no,
gym. Gold's
yeah.
Gym was the gym, and everybody went there
yeah.
as kids.
So
And then
when I think of
progressed to
gyms, right, we're talking what? Jack LaLanne, right?
Jack LaLanne's,
LaLanne's,
yeah,
right?
that was
Which
the gym.
I've never been able to go to.
and it was
Karate
expensive.
schools and any type of fitness thing was always in some super's basement or
Right.
at the bottom of the grocery store. So those little metal plates that you walk over when you go in front of a bodega,
Right.
that basement was the gym, right? But for me, training, growing up in the Bronx, right? Just typical New York lifestyle. It consisted of getting into a little bit of trouble, right? And I think most of my counterparts can 100%
Learning how to
agree.
take care of yourself. and-
Yeah, it just kind of puts you in these places, and unfortunately, life just takes its turns, and you end up rolling some stones around
Yeah.
and getting sent places, right?
Yeah.
That unfortunately, I'm glad to say that it was an important piece. It
Taught you a lesson.
it rearranged things, right?
Right.
And then that's
Put things in
what life is
perspective.
about, and that's where I took the interest of weight training. So weight training kind of started there, And I realized that it was a way that I can manage myself properly in terms of if I felt horrible, I trained. If I felt great, I trained.
Right.
For every single reason that I encountered emotionally, mentally, I trained. And
That's how you got that release.
that's how I was always able to start every single day, have a good reset moving forward. So
Yeah.
fast forwarding that, is something I carried on. And lo and behold, it became the biggest highlight
Right.
of what I was doing on a daily basis. And I trained just for the sake of feeling great, looking great, and just keeping myself in a really gnarly, positive environment.
Right. It's all great.
It put me around great people.
Right.
It changed my whole
Got to
entire
travel,
perspective, right?
Tell the audience, because a lot of them don't realize they've probably never been to a pro bodybuilding contest.
Oh,
I've been to one of yours. And
yes.
it's amazing. To
Oh, wow.
How's it like? What's it like to get up on that stage and just pose? And how hard is it to just learn the poses
At
and
first,
all that?
it was probably the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever challenged myself to do. Because once you're on stage, everything is there's nothing that can help you.
Right.
Right.
You're out there all alone.
You're all alone. You got no clothes on. You got 1,000 people standing in front of you screaming your name and number, and it took a little bit of adjusting to what it was to compete locally as an amateur, because everything started from the bottom up, right? And I started to realize that I had a bit of a calling for this, right?
Right.
And one show led to two led to three, and mind you, my shows all started out me coming in last place, right? Dead last, 50-something guys, and I was number 50.
But you didn't give up.
I didn't. I fell in love with just having a purpose to training, right? So if I'm training every day, I had that one day out of that year that I knew I had to show up, and it also made my family extremely proud.
Yeah.
And to see the joy that they had for me, which was a very different thing that they were used to from me, it motivated me more to training harder and pursuing it.
Right.
And we just kept pushing at it, and before you know it, one show became 20 shows in. We started to, when I say we, me and the family, I started to understand that I'm competitive now. I can beat some of these guys, right? And we went to the Nationals, and at the Nationals, the very first national show, I took 6th place out of a very big class. And you're talking about every first place winner nationally, which let me know that, oh, wow, we can probably do something here. And when we came back the following year, we turned pro, and we became, got pro status, went out to do a lot of professional bodybuilding shows across the country.
Yeah, and some endorsements. You have.
We got sponsorships, right?
Yeah.
Sponsorships, contracts.
Yep.
Started winning pro shows and made it to the Olympia 3 times,
Nice.
Arnold Classics 3 times.
Wow.
And
Great.
it all started from just keeping myself in the right space, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So it just goes to show you that doing something from the heart just really paid off. And
Sure.
yeah, I ended up becoming a pro bodybuilder, right? Somebody that,
Kid from the Bronx, who would know?
yeah,
Right.
and how it all started, how it all unfolded. And
Yep.
it was as easy as picking up a magazine and just being mesmerized about what I saw.
Yeah.
Before you know it, I was that guy in the magazine.
So you imagined yourself being that
yes,
guy.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
this could be me.
Absolutely.
And I read a book. It's a great book, Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
And part of one of those chapters in that book, we just talked about this in our mastermind meeting, because we have every week. We do them every other week, and it's imagination. So if you imagine yourself being or doing or having something, and you believe this is your reality, it will become your reality. So we're always talking about imagination. You have to have imagination. You have to have vision, and you have to dedication. Obviously, working out and pro bodybuilding. So how So now you finish your bodybuilding career, and obviously you become a certified personal trainer.
Right.
You do boxing. We've boxed together a few times, and I
Yes.
know you're, a really good boxing trainer.
Yes.
How did you take the next step in business? So now you become a businessman. You got sponsorships. You got
Yeah.
companies giving you money.
Yeah.
That's a business. People don't realize now you have to become. You're an athlete. You're a pro athlete, but now you got to become a businessman.
Yes.
You need longevity, obviously, after sports is done. So how did that transition for you?
Yeah, so in bodybuilding, one of the main things that I started to realize really quick is that bodybuilders didn't make no money.
Right.
You know, it was a sport that a lot had to go into it, and very little came out of it.
Sure.
But bodybuilding did give me a spotlight, right? And
Yeah.
what do you do with that spotlight? What do you do with that moment that you're under the lights and you're in front of the cameras and all these people are watching you? Training clients and so on was honestly kind of just fun for me in the beginning.
Yeah.
And it didn't take long to realize that I was helping a lot of people, not just get in shape, but
Yeah.
on a personal level, I was helping a lot of people and changing lives moving forward. And it just took, it took a couple years for me to realize that I needed to start monetizing this.
Yeah.
And
Especially
figuring
today,
out.
most people are overweight.
Yeah.
There's, so many after COVID.
Yeah.
So many diseases and diabetes is rampant. It's the food you eat.
Right.
It's your lifestyle.
Yeah.
I see, guys that are our age in their 50s, they look like they're 70.
Yeah.
So I have always taken proactive approach. We've worked out since we're kids, so I've never stopped working out.
Right.
Like people come up to me and
And
say,
you can't.
"Wow, Joe, you look in good shape. What do you do? What's your secret?" I just never stop working
That's
out.
it.
And I
Stay on
try
it.
to eat right, and obviously it's a big part of life. It's a life change, a lifestyle.
So getting people in shape is not a let me write out a diet for you
Right.
and I need you to take these vitamins and do these exercises and you're going to get in shape. And no, there has to be a lot of personal adjustments in order for that process to be able to take place. And this is where lives start to change, right?
Right. Yep.
And people start to get better. And as I started to put all that together is where, wanting to own a gym and be involved with the fitness industry
Right.
started to really come alive, right? And it took a lot of time, but it was definitely an idea and something that I had, and I didn't stray away from it, right? So
Just kept straight.
yeah,
You stuck to
because
one
there was
thing.
a lot of failures. There was a lot of this
Up
is
and
not.
down.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. It's never gonna happen, and I don't think
Bounced
it's gonna happen.
around. You went from here to there to here to here.
We had to stay the course,
That's
and I worked in God knows how many gyms before, being able to work with Wendy and John through Pro Body Fitness and put that whole entire idea together. And
It's a great gym, Pro Body Fitness in Mamaroneck.
that's right,
That's where Marco
151
is.
Mamaroneck Avenue, Pro
And
Body Fitness.
Brand new gym,
yeah.
state of the art. It's pretty much, it's a bodybuilding gym, but I think with more of a modern flavor. And it's a really good spot.
It's a beautiful
Gotta go
place,
check it
right?
out.
Atmosphere is awesome. The
Good,
equipment
really good equipment.
is well-rounded, and the concept will always remain the same, and we want people to be able to train.
And I see you boxing there too now. I saw it on
Boxing,
Instagram.
right? Boxing is it's such an awesome exercise and cardio.
I'm gonna come and box with you.
You gotta come down, man. You're gonna love
Definitely.
it. It's a huge stress reliever, right?
And in great shape. Rips you up.
Oh,
I
my
don't
goodness.
think there's any sport that I could see that gets you in the shape that boxing gets you. Maybe
It's a different-
swimming, but
right,
boxing
right.
is like really,
So swimming is the one thing that I always correlate to boxing, right?
Yep.
Because is
full body movement.
you got to stay moving to stay afloat,
Yep.
but you can't stop
Breathing.
breathing.
Right.
You have to maintain a breathing pace.
Boxing's big in breathing. You're getting hit. You got to really control your breathing.
It's a constant technical science that's going on in there. Funny is said that the people that I usually have a hard time with in cardio, I get them to box, right? Because when they start getting into the whole class and the whole technique of boxing, because they're so concentrating on the movement, they don't realize how long they've been doing it for, right? They're busy thinking, I got to do this, I got to do that, not realizing you just did that for the last 30, 45 minutes.
Right.
Complete distraction, and hence they end up falling in love and getting in tremendous shape, and also how to move their hands, right?
That's it. Protect themselves.
It is, but you got to come down. You absolutely got to come down. I love to be able to
definitely do it.
Get up there and.
Well, with
sort
social
it out.
media, obviously you're big on social media, and so is your wife. She's really big, and I see all your stuff. It's great.
Oh, thank you.
So it's motivating to take that business side. You went from the stage to personal training, and now you have this social media presence going on, and that really is a stage. Like, I use my social media as a stage to get my message out, to people to buy real estate.
Right.
Buy a house, move, don't get stuck in a scenario where you're stuck there.
That's right.
Like, try to always, get yourself better, educate yourself. I mean, listen, not everybody's able to buy a house, nor is it for everyone, but at least educate yourself.
That's right.
So you're doing the same, educating people on health. Obviously, if you're not healthy, you can't get out of bed in the morning. You can't go to work.
With you, right?
You can't make money. Your
That's
whole
right.
mental, physical, everything has to be in a line for you to really, be strong. I'm always telling my kids, be strong mentally, but you need to be strong physically.
What people tend to focus on in this day and age is there's just so many avenues, right?
Yeah.
If you emphasize getting in shape, when you talk about you need to get in shape and so on, it just kind of categorizes you, and there's a whole lot of people that feel that it shouldn't have to be that way.
Right.
And
They want to take a pill,
right,
magic pill, and be in shape. Don't
your
work
day
like
starts
that.
with you, your day ends with you.
Right.
And if the center of you is not at a certain percentage, right? I'm not saying it has to be perfect, but it does have to be kept at a certain percentage where you're feeling you like who you are, you like how you feel, because that will dictate what your day and what you're able to accomplish moving forward. It all comes together, and that's
Get off
why.
the couch and just do it.
And the reality is that this is going to be around till the end of time,
That's it.
right? So it's a business that will not get old.
Right.
It
It has real estate. Obviously, you got to have a gym.
That's right.
We were looking for gyms for John, and I went to so many different places before he found.
It was
this
tough.
place.
It was tough.
It's hard. You need a large facility. The rents are high.
Yes.
You're not really making money in the beginning. It takes a lot of time to get new members. The carrying costs, the HVAC,
Yes.
the people don't realize how much money a gym costs to run. The staff,
That's right.
the equipment. I mean, this equipment in this gym, I don't even know how much it costs, but it's expensive.
It was again, man, working with John and Wendy has been
And Wendy's
such a
great.
huge
She's
highlight, right?
She's such a good.
With Wendy, right, is we started
just
training.
knows so
we started
much,
training together, right, and things started to change for the better in oneself, and that's where the enlightenment of coming up with this whole entire concept just really came to life, because it does improve life.
Right.
And there's no value to that, right? When we look around and see what people are doing to their bodies for the sake of trying to feel better,
Right.
there's just there's
taking
no
pills
limits.
and
There's no limits now,
They
right?
don't even know what the side effects are with this stuff.
So it starts with you, it ends with you, and having a facility that can allow people to manifest that is what the whole idea of pro body fitness is about, right? And from a lot of the people in the industry that I'm involved in, and getting their ideas put together, it just success, right?
Right.
Everything is thank goodness, going
much
extremely
success
well.
to you. So now when you're not working all the
Yeah.
time or working out all the time, what's your recreation? Obviously, your one day off, what do
Yeah.
you do? What do you like to do?
I go to the beach with the girls,
That's
man.
great. Yeah.
I go to the beach with the girls, and I train hard. I take care of myself,
But
but
you need that
I'll
one
have me
day
a
of
nice
just
ice cold beer, man. I'll just crack a nice ice
to
cold
eat
beer.
a hot
at the
dog
beach.
too,
Absolutely, we do
with a bun.
with the bun. Yeah, again, I
How
work
about
really
ice cream?
hard. I love a little ice cream.
Yeah.
I normalize things have to be normal. There has to be a system, right,
Yeah,
where
sure.
you just reset your mind and not allow yourself to get fully internalized into one particular thing. It's got to be a nice circle, man, where everybody is just really content. When it's time to be strict, you're strict, but when it's time to just relax a little bit,
need to do that too.
you got to free
Yeah.
yourself up.
Can't just be
No.
dieting and working out all the time. I mean,
Well, the
you need a little
reality
cheat-
is
cheat
that
day.
this movie will one day be over, right?
Right.
That's something that we're all destined.
So you believe in a cheat day?
Absolutely.
Right, good.
No, yeah, you got to
You
let
have
your
to.
hair down, right? You
Yeah.
got to let your hair down. You got to just take a deep breath and just think about other things other than
Business and making money all the time.
And a little ice cream and a cold beer goes a long way.
It's good.
It
Good.
just lets you feel very, very normal and enjoy the moment. So yeah, family time at the beach. We do the water thing, listen to music, and just talk. Right?
Yeah.
How
So-
can we start over? How can things get better?
That's good.
And where is it we're going tomorrow? Right? Because with my girls now, it's every day is about what is it they're going to end up doing, where they're going, what direction I would like them to go into, and so on. So
great.
yeah, man.
Speaking of tomorrow,
Yeah.
where do you see Marco Rivera, and where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see the gym going? What are your dreams?
So there's definitely be more locations, right?
Yep.
Where that's an idea. We want this whole entire concept to grow, and statistically, with the numbers and how everything is just happening, is letting us know that this is a great business moving forward.
Good.
We're made for this type of business with the handling of people, because it's also a learning process for
We were
us.
just talking about that customer service.
Yeah.
You come into some gyms and people are just not friendly.
horrible,
And
right? It's
like
horrible.
your people need help. They don't know how to work out.
Yeah.
Are they working out the right way?
Yeah.
You know, are you approachable?
Yeah.
You know, can people just come up to you and say, Marco, can you help me, spot me, and show me how to do this? Or do they need to sign up as your trainer? And I feel like in some gyms, it's like they're constantly trying to sell you packages.
Yeah.
And maybe you don't want a package. Maybe you just want a little help or guidance, And I feel that in these commercialized gyms, all they care about is making money.
Yeah.
And they're not really there to help people.
And that's where, and this is being completely transparent, right? This is where pro body fitness is completely opposite to that. When it comes to personal training, I'm probably going to sell you down. I'm going to tell you, you should go do this, go do that
On your
first,
own.
learn this first, right? Practice this,
Right.
start here, start there, before wanting to sit down with me and discuss how is it I can go ahead and be able to have the opportunity to work with you. Because the one thing I don't do is make 1,000 adjustments.
Right.
I don't have different approaches to what it is, how I go about getting people in shape. The reality is that it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
You
Hard
have
work.
to be disciplined. We have to eat right. There has to be a certain level of cardio that happens. And most importantly, you got to really learn how to train and push, right? And that goes into anything that you want to excel in. So, yeah, I'm the guy that'll tell you, no. I'm not here to sell you a 1,000 training sessions. That's not going to do absolutely nothing for me. I want you to get in shape. And there's just certain things that I require as a client coming to me and
Yeah, you're
saying,
not going to just
all
work
right,
with everyone.
no, you come to me and you want to have that conversation. That means you're 100% ready to go.
Same with me. You know, I try to help everyone. People come off the street. Can you help me?
Yeah.
I need to find a place. I need to go find a house. Yeah. But I don't work with everyone.
Right.
And I work with people that want to work with me.
That's right.
And that will, you know, be dedicated, because it's a lot of time involved. You know, it takes time to find a house. It takes time to find a place to live. You know, we can't just one size fits all.
That's right.
And everybody's different. Everyone's in different budgets. Everyone's in different stages. So that ability for you to customize, you know, your the way you do your business, to people's needs. Like you said, maybe you only need 2 or 3 training sessions. Maybe you need 20 or 30.
Yeah.
But at least you're not looking for we don't really look for the money.
Right.
Obviously, we need money.
Right.
We need to support our families, but we're not here. All we think about is money. And money comes later. You know, let's give the service. Let's give the support to the community. You're a big, you know, you're always out there, you know, giving great advice, supporting the community, which is commendable, and you know, really means a lot. You help kids. You know, my son trained with you and for baseball, and I saw the way he transitioned from, you know, you made him an athlete. It takes time. It really helps, and to give back to that youth is big.
It's especially with my young guys, right? It's very personal to me.
Sure.
When a dad comes to me and tells me, "Can you help my son?" or "Can you help my daughter?" or so on. That means a whole lot to me, and it just I feel this overwhelming sensation of responsibility that has to go into that. I have my kids, right? And if ever they were to need or look for some sort of advice or help, I would just, you know,
expect
only want the best,
you know,
and
support.
it's not a hard thing to do.
Right.
Also, you know, there's the title of trainer, right? I like to call myself more of a teacher, right?
Right.
Reality is that you're not going to train with me every single day for the rest of your life.
Right.
That would be nice, but that's not reality, right? Reality is that you need to learn how to have a system that, regardless of where is it you go, wherever in life, you know exactly how to take care of yourself, and that's more of what
we've all had teachers, and then the student surpasses the teacher.
That's right.
And I joke around about this with some of my friends and some of my mentors, I would say, that the student has surpassed the teacher. And sometimes you see that, obviously, with, you know, coming up. But I thank you. And tell the audience, how can they reach you if they want to train with you, if they want to just come to the gym? You know, tell them how to reach you and how to contact you, if you want to give out your Instagram.
Pro Body Fitness, 151 Mamaroneck Avenue in Mamaroneck, New York. On Instagram, Bronx Bad Boy Original. I know that sounds...
I love it.
But it sticks, right?
That's
Bronx Bad Boy Original on Instagram. And also Pro Body Fitness of NY on Instagram. Send us a DM. Whatever questions you have, you want to come down and try the gym for a day, experience the gym, or
and the women out there, obviously, sometimes women they feel a little, you know, there's a little bit of that hesitation to work out with a man. So you have your wife and give her, obviously.
90% of my clients are all females, right? And I take a lot of pride in that, because it requires a certain type of behavior and level of respect. And when we worked on Pro Body Fitness, we actually thought about the girls more than we did the men, as far as comfortability, safety, and just feeling extremely comfortable to get in there and do your thing. So regardless of where you're starting from the very beginning, or to the elite pro bodybuilders, we have plenty of space for you to come down and throw some weights around, right? And get in the best shape of your life.
So Marco Rivera, Pro Body Fitness in Mamaroneck, go check them out. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
My pleasure, Joe.
All the best to you and the family.
You too, puppy. Thank you, man.
Stay well. See you next time.